Hello friends, my name is Pradyuman and welcome to my channel VMwareNSXCloud, where I share step-by-step videos for VMware portfolio products. If you like what I shared in this video, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe because it helps me to grow this channel so that I can continue to create quality content for you. In my previous video, I showed you how to deploy vCenter. Installation steps are same for vCenter irrespective of the fact if you're installing it in lab environment or in production. After completing vCenter installation, now we are at a stage where we configure it. Create a virtual data center, add a cluster in that virtual DC, add ESXi hosts, and enable vCenter services like HA and DRS. These two services played a major role in helping companies meeting their SLAs. I'm not going in deep about these services, however, you should know that HA stands for High Availability and DRS stands for Distributed Resource Scheduler. And in real, they do what their name suggests. Let's start configuration of our newly deployed vCenter. Once you log into vCenter using SSO credentials, you will be presented with a blank canvas where you will set up your own virtual data center. To accomplish that, you need to navigate to the Host and Clusters tab. Right-click on vCenter server and select option to create a new data center. Provide a name to your virtual DC. Every organization has a naming convention, which they follow to name their assets, which is descriptive and helps them identify the assets. For example, 2 letters for country code, 2 letters for city, next 2 characters for site, and so on. In my case, I'm naming it Nested SDDC. Once we have data center ready, next step is to create a cluster. For that, right-click on SDDC and choose option New Cluster. Provide a descriptive name, but do not enable any virtual cluster service. As our cluster is ready, let's add nested ESXi host in this cluster. Benefit of adding cluster before adding ESXi host is we can add multiple hosts at once. Accept the certificate thumbprint presented by ESXi hosts and you would see a warning on one of the hosts. Do not worry about this, as it is coming because of the VM running on that, which is our vCenter server. Hence move next and finish the wizard. Wait for them to be admitted in the cluster. Take out host out of maintenance mode. Now we will assign a valid license to our ESXi hosts. If you do not have license, don't worry about it because you get 60 days evaluation with each ESXi host. In order to configure DRS and HA, we will click on Cluster and navigate to Configure tab. Here we are going to use Cluster Quick Start Wizard for configuring them. First we will complete Cluster Basics where we enable HA and DRS services. In the Add Host section, we have error as it shows all required hosts means hosts on which VMs are not running are not in maintenance mode. So our next step would be to place them in maintenance. Now Add Host screen is also green. It's time we configure HA subsettings and NTP on all our ESXi hosts. As I chose not to configure VDS using cluster quick start, instead we chose that we do it later. Process of creating VDS is also same for production as well as for the lab environment. Follow the wizard and choose number of uplinks based on how many pNICs we are going to use with this switch. Once you have created VDS, start creating distributed port groups for management and vMotion traffic. Now we will add our hosts into distributed switch. Assign physical NIC cards to VDS uplinks. Migrate management kernel port and vMotion kernel port to VDS. As we have one virtual machine, our vCenter running on standard switch, we will migrate it to distributed port group. With successful completion of distributed switch configuration, I am concluding this video. Feel free to leave feedback or suggestion in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe.